Let's put this link in this note. All right, this is the I.S.U.P.K Wednesday law class. Also, remember, check out Commanding General Yohanna's radio show, which is what? Monday, 2 a.m. UK time. Also, if you fall asleep, you can watch it the next day, but subscribe to the channel, Black Watch, so you get all the updates. And Commanding General Yohanna does like daily or weekly briefings, depending. So you'll find out what's the latest and what's going on. And be sure to tune in to all the classes over there as well. But we have classes here Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, 7 p.m. So we have the history class, the law class, and the scripture breakdown, and the Sabbath service. So go and check out those. Also, Commanding General Yohanna's been speaking about the injustice which has been taking place towards black people during COVID-19. Like, you would have thought this virus would have made, police say, you know what, I don't want to get too close to him. He might have COVID-19, but nah, man, they're still beating black men to death, putting their knee on their neck and killing us and whatnot, man. And then people in the UK think, oh, that's in America. But the thing is this, man, it's happening here as well. Same thing happened to Rashawn Charles. They did what? Choked him to death by shoving their hand down his throat. They shot Jermaine Baker to death when he was what? Sleeping in his car, man. He was asleep in the car and they shot him. There was a next brother that they shot about 11 times as well. Police also shot him. Said, oh, he was about to do a robbery. Now, I thought someone that's going to do a robbery, I thought, yeah, apprehend them the right way. While it is with Esau in America, is he finds it disrespectful that a black man can make him run. You run away, he just shoots you. He don't even chase you. In the UK, what they do is they try and get to their taser, but their taser don't work from that far. But the police over here ain't no different to the police in America, man. The same way, they killing black men in America is the same way they do it over here in the UK. And this is why the Bible says what? We need to separate from this man. We need to stay away from these devils. Go ahead.
If I can add, for someone who isn't convinced that the police are the same as in America, there's a book called Behind the Uniform by a woman called Ellen Elizabeth. She was a police officer, and she exposes how racist the UK police force is. And in her book, she goes that people call 999 to get help, but the fact is really we need rescuing from the police.
Right, yeah, and that's her that works for the force saying that, and that's in England, man. So Oslo over here thinking, oh no, that stuff only takes place in America. So lie, man, it takes place here.
That's right.
It takes place everywhere. Black and Hispanics are everywhere we are, man. But today we're gonna go into surely you've all heard about OnlyFans, where hoes do what? Sell themselves for money. Where they do what? Get make men buy pictures of them. Like a woman will get naked and a man's meant to pay. I think they pay like what? Is it £20 a month? They pay like £20 a month, man, for pictures and videos of this woman and whatnot, which is against God, man. And we're gonna show you. Now, I don't give a damn how beautiful a woman is. You ain't supposed to be paying for her to be sending you naked pictures. And the other thing is this: them pictures that you pay for, you ain't the only man with them, man. You ain't the only man with them. You're paying for them like 50 other men are paying for them. These pictures ain't exclusive to you.
That's right.
She's letting you know she's got her OnlyFans, and guess what? She looks at you. She knows that you're so desperate. She knows that you're so desperate and you got no game and you can't get a woman that you're willing to pay for pictures. That's why he even has the audacity to try and sell them to you, man. Because she knows that you're so low and desperate and that you're going to pay for them. Why you're going to find out today that it's against God to be buying pictures of these whores, man. These women, these same women is what? Having sex with everyone. Also charging as well. They I was reading up about it online, man, just so I could bring it out in the class today. And the way they do it is what? You would pay a deposit in there. They do something called a meetup. So in order for you to meet them in person, you have to pay them a deposit, man. You put a deposit in their account and then they give you the location of where to come. and then you meet them there, and then you used to do whatever, and then you probably do the same again next week, not realizing this woman is a whore that has sex with plenty of men for money. You're scared of the COVID-19, but you're not scared of getting diseases from this woman
That's right.
that's giving these pictures to everyone, that's giving her body to everyone. What you need to do is find a woman that's only giving her body to you, man. Find a woman where you're the only man, not some woman that you're paying for. Listen, you're gonna spend your whole wage on her. You're spending your whole wage on her, man. That's not of the Lord. But if I could give me Matthew chapter 24 and verse 38. So we're gonna go into the Bible. Also, if there's any questions, just type them in and we'll get to them. But we're gonna start off in Matthew chapter 24 and verse 38.
The book of Matthew 24 and 38. For as in the days that were before the flood, they were eating and drinking.
So it says the days that they were before the flood, they were eating and drinking. Like before the flood, those people had warnings, man. They had warning to repent and to change. They didn't take heed. Like now, God's gave us warnings to repent and change. Now, you would think the COVID-19 would make everybody afraid, man. You would think the COVID-19 would make us say, you know what? It's time for me to find God, man, because I don't want to die that death. But what's happening? People are using this opportunity to set up what? OnlyFans. Using this opportunity to be a whore and get paid for it. Because what? They're saying, oh, I can't get paid no other way. Listen, man. By no means should you be selling your body, man. Listen, you rather go poor and broke before you give up your body. Your body should mean more to you than a £20 note. Your body should mean more to you than a £100 note, man. What you trying to say is your body's worth less than £20? Nah, man, you're an Israelite, man, and your body is priceless, man. No amount of money should compensate for your body, man. You ain't supposed to be selling it and giving it away to everyone. And now, in the midst of COVID-19, this is the time where everyone's supposed to be like, you know what? It's time for me to get right. It's time for me to find God. It's time for me to, stop doing what I'm doing. But no, you want to use this time to what? Set up OnlyFans. Same like before the flood. They had warnings. People didn't heed them warnings and continued to do whatever they was doing. And then what happened? The flood came and took them away, man. The flood came and took them away, and this is why Christ is gonna say this in the next verse.
Marrying and giving into marriage.
So before the flood, people was what? Marrying and giving into marriage, and people going to parties and raves and drinking and having barbecues and living their best life. Read on.
Until the day that Noah entered into the ark.
So everyone was living their best life, man, until the day that Noah entered into the ark. Until Noah entered into the ark, everyone was living their best life. Like right now, everyone's living their best life. The Lord sends plagues and warnings to get you to repent. If you don't repent, guess what's going to happen? You're going to find out when Christ comes, man. You're going to find out when Christ comes why you should have repented, why the COVID-19 should have made you change your mind state in your life, why all these bad things that happened to you in life was a sign for you to change. Sometimes bad things happen to you in life so you can change, man. The Lord's saying, you know what? I'm not going to kill you just yet. I'm going to send something bad to happen so you can change your life. Now, if we don't heed that warning, guess what? Something else bad needs to happen. Something else bad needs to happen until the Lord says, you know what? Mercy's run out for this man. This man's grace is going to run out because he ain't using it wisely. I've given grace a time period to get right, and he ain't getting right. She ain't getting right. And then the day comes when you have to die, man. And then when you die, you have to stand before the judgment seat of God. And then books is going to be opened, and you're going to see everything that you've done, man. You're going to see everything that you've done, them warnings you had, them choices that you had, them decisions that you made. You're going to see all of those, and you're going to be thinking, how could I be so silly and not change my life? You're going to see, listen, you're going to see a picture of us there, the Lord saying, you know what? I sent these prophets out there to wake you up, man. What did you want to do? You wanted to mock them and not listen to a word they were saying, and you thought you was better than them, and you said, you know what, I'll deal with that later on in life. That's what a ton of people say. A ton of people say, you know what, I can't be asked to find God right now. I'll find God later on in life. How do you know you're gonna get the chance to live to later on in life? You need to make that change now, or what? You might be the next brother that ends up dead. You might be the next black man on the news, shot dead in the streets, next brother with life in jail. Make those decisions now, man. Don't wait until you be in jail to pick up the phone to want to speak to a prophet of God. You should do that now while life is somewhat good, man. Don't wait until you're in a horrible situation to want to know God. You should seek God from now, man. Seek God when your life's not too bad, man. Seek God from early. That's what we're supposed to be doing, but
That's
obviously
right.
we don't want to seek God. We need to wait until what? We're almost in a coma, until we got a gun to our head, until we're facing 30 years in jail. That's when we want to seek God. Why don't we seek God before we've got a gun to our head? Before we're facing 30 years in jail? It'd be better to seek God then. Why don't we seek God before we have cancer, man? Before we have cancer from all that weed we want to smoke, from all them drugs we take? Why don't we seek God before that? Read on.
That's right. And knew not until the flood came.
And listen, man, most people ain't gonna know until that day comes. Most people ain't gonna want to change until that day comes. The Lord always puts things in place so you can be pre-warned. So you can be pre-warned. This is gonna happen if you don't change. But people think it's a joke and think it's not real and think they're gonna live forever and think, oh, no harm's gonna come. Like everything you're doing, there is a consequence for every action, man. Everything that you're doing wrong, there is going to be for every action, there's a reaction, man. There's an old saying: every action, there's a reaction, and every action that you're doing, there's going to be some reaction for it, whether you believe it or not. It doesn't come down to whatever you believe or what not believe. It comes down to facts, man. Even in this system, you every action you do, there's a reaction for it. Like what? If you rob someone, guess what? You've just made yourself an extra enemy who's gonna what? Be looking for you to get their stuff back, man.
That's right.
If you kill someone, guess what happens? The police come and get you and lock you up, or that person's relatives come and get you first. Every action, there's a reaction, man. That's how life works. And we ain't even mindful of what we're doing wrong. We ain't even mindful that everything we're doing wrong, God's writing it down. The thing is with God, God can wait and wait and wait and get you in his time when he wants to, man. God can wait 50 years. God can wait until you have kids. He can wait until your kids have kids. God can wait however long he wants. God ain't gonna come to war with you how a man will won't even calculate it. A man will just come shoot up the block. Nah, man. The Lord can wait until you forgot about it and then come and get you. You could even be thinking, hold on, why am I going through this for? What have I done wrong? Listen, man. How about we just get on God's good side, man? That's the best thing for us to do. Get on God's good side. Read on.
Yeah, and took them all away. So shall also the coming of the Son of Man be.
And it took them all away. So shall the coming of the Son of Man be. Meaning what? Christ's return. People still ain't going to be listening before it, man. Right now, this is before Christ's return. All these plagues is coming and this earth's falling apart. And what are you supposed to do? Get right, man. While you have time, get right. But our sisters want to do what? Set up an OnlyFans page where they sell themselves. Men want to do what? Talk about, oh, it's lockdown, but I'm the only drug dealer that's still working and so forth. Listen, man, COVID-19 has come in place, man. So you can what? Understand the power of God. That's what you're supposed to see from it, man. What you're supposed to get from the COVID-19 is what? That God is all powerful and he can wipe out anyone he wants. And if you're not serving him, he might just wipe you out with it. But black people, we don't see that. What we see is, you know what? We see this as an opportunity to sell more drugs because what? The other drug dealers ain't working. Our sisters see this as an opportunity to be like, you know what? I'm on lockdown. I got spare time. I got a decent body and a pretty face. So let me just what? Put on some makeup, put on some nice underwear and sell some pictures. Listen, man, your body is only for your man to see.
That's
Like the whole world ain't supposed to see your body. And men, you're not supposed to be paying for sex, man. How do you look in the mirror after paying for sex? Like, how do you look yourself in the mirror and think that you're a man? Like, and think, listen, man, you must feel disgusting, man. Once that demon leaves you, you must feel disgusting. You mean to tell me you've gone to work, worked all them hours just to give all that money away to some woman that wants to pose naked? You've give all you listen. You've worked for your oppressor, even though you can't stand him. You've worked all them hours just to go and give your money to some woman that wants to pose up naked. It don't make no sense, man. Go ahead.
It was years ago. It was a documentary, and a lot of them they laugh at the
Mm.
men. They
See,
act like they respect them, but once
mm.
they get the money, they laugh and they don't respect them at
See,
all.
and then these women, they know you're a loser, man. They see it in you. They target specific men. There's also a next thing where what they got sugar daddies. Women will have a sugar daddy, where a sugar daddy is a man that's way older than them, and then because he's got money and he's lonely, these women will accompany him on dates, and then he gives them money. He pays for their outfit. He pays for the food. He pays for their company. And guess what? Them women just laugh at you once you leave, man. Listen, they even say, "Oh, I want a new pair of shoes. Let me see if my sugar daddy's gonna buy them." And she knows you're the man that's gonna buy them for her when you ain't supposed to. Listen, man, why don't you keep some honor and dignity and keep your money and not embarrass yourself, man? Listen, man, what you're better off being alone forever than giving some woman your money that's using you. Clearly, she's using you. You know how you know she's using you? Because she wouldn't be there unless you're giving her the money, man. She don't love you for you. She tells you all these nice things and flatters you. Cause why? She knows you're simple and she knows you like to give up your money easily. She knows she's young, pretty, good body, and she uses that to get money, man. And the Bible, Solomon even tells you don't be caught up by a woman's beauty. We're gonna get those scriptures also, even in the Proverbs and Ecclesiasticus and whatnot. Solomon was spitting this knowledge, man, saying, "Yo, don't get caught up by these women. Don't give your strength to a woman. Don't lose your inheritance over a woman. Don't give up all you have for a woman." The Bible also says what? You know a woman by her whorish looks. The Bible tells you that. I mean, if you get a woman that looks like a whore, 10 times out of 10, she's a whore.
That's right.
You thinking she's not going to cheat on you. The signs was there, man. I mean, where did you find her? You found her in the club. You found her in the club, and she only gave you your number because you was in VIP with the bottles. I mean, what did you think you found? A woman that's gonna love you and look after your kids? No, man. You found a whore that's gonna take your money and that's gonna cheat on you. That's gonna give you STDs. That's gonna rob you money. That's gonna set you up. That's gonna bring you life misery. I mean, you found her in the club in a miniskirt. That's what you. I mean, you didn't find her in the library. You didn't find her in the library trying to educate herself. You found her out in the club with her and her loudmouth friends, miniskirts. You seen her in the club, give her a number to five other men. You saw five other men get a number before you, and then now you think you're gonna be the only one. Listen, man. If you think like that, this is why these women is using you. The reason these women is using you is because you don't think. You thinking you're the only one. Listen, man. Come in these classes and you will learn to see if a woman's a hoe or not, man. We'll teach you. If she ain't in these classes and if she ain't trying to be in these classes, man, that's just a woman that's just gonna cheat on you and whatnot. Read on. Was there anyone that is that? But
That was it.
give me Proverbs chapter 3 and verse 31.
Proverbs 3 and 31. Envy thou, not the
It
oppressor.
says, "Envy thou not the oppressor." And the thing is, we envy the oppressor, man. Our sisters envy the oppressor, and this is why they want to be like who? Kim Kardashian, man.
That's right.
Kim Kardashian got famous of what? A sex tape. She got famous of a sex tape with what? Ray J.
Crazy.
She got famous of a sex tape with Ray J. And then now when you look at it, she's richer than Ray J now, man. She's a million times richer than Ray J. I'm sure she's richer than. Go ahead.
Yeah, she's
Mm.
he's doing like not Atlanta. He's doing like the hip hop and Hollywood shows.
See, and then now she's a multi-millionaire, man. Is she richer than Kanye? I'm sure. No, she was before he signed the deal. I'm sure he signed the deal with something. I can't remember what deal he signed. But I can't remember what. Yeah, because I'm sure she borrowed him a few million. It said at one stage.
Kanye West.
Yeah, I'm sure she gave him a few million,
It
right?
was Jay Z.
It was Jay Z that borrowed him.
Yeah.
So somewhat, I believe he's tripled it now. I can't remember how much he's sitting on, but he signed the deal. hold on, is it? I'm sure was it him that became one of them became a billionaire? Probably was Jay-Z. I'm not sure. I know Jay-Z's a billionaire. Jay-Z's been a billionaire for time, but at least with Jay-Z's got a black woman. Damn, at least he's got a black woman, and he's not really with him. For people in the world, he's somewhat smart. Like he stays out of the media. Have you noticed he stays out of the media a lot? Keeps himself quiet, stays out of the media. Um, if Beyonce is acting up, you wouldn't never know because what he don't post nothing. I don't even believe he's got an Instagram. Does he have one? I'm sure he don't. I don't believe he's got one. He stays out of the media, whereas what everybody else, one little argument, it's all over the internet and whatnot. But back to the scripture says what? Don't envy the oppressor. And our women envy the oppressor. So who do you want to be like? Kim Kardashian. You want to be like them women that they see on them porn sites on Babe Station and all them channels and whatnot. Our women want to be like those women now. They want to sell their body for sex because they say, as you know what, she's making all that money off that. Maybe I can do that. The Bible says, don't envy the oppressor. Like the Lord gave us laws where what our women can't be whores, man. The Lord told our women, you can't be a whore. The Lord told our men, you can't be a sodomite. The Lord told our women, you can't be having the OnlyFans. You can't be on Babe Station. You can't be on all them channels, man. You can't be on all them pornographic sites. The Lord told our women that. Whereas Esau, she's allowed to be on those sites, man. I was gonna say something.
Yeah, I was gonna say something. You know, even for someone on the outside looking in on that life, thinking, you know, it's amazing. They are depressed. They are
Right.
A lot of those porn stars, OnlyFans people, they are heavily addicted to drugs.
Right.
But what they've done to themselves, like, okay, as men, if we would sleep with a woman we didn't like, it depresses us. We're like,
right, exactly.
Imagine a woman who's emotional, and it's a man that had money, but you know what I mean, she didn't like him, and he slept with him. That's gonna force her to the drugs,
right? Exactly.
Hard drugs. And
makes sense. Makes sense. Right.
There was a book I had years ago. It was about pornography, about like the facts about it, and many of them in the whole world, 20% of those that take their own life, they were in the porn business or the adult industry.
Right.
A lot of them end up taking their own life.
Right. And also there was a documentary about it as well. I can't remember what it's called, but there's a documentary about it, and it will let you know with these porn stars, once the cameras start rolling, they ain't enjoying it at all, man. It even lets you know with the men are in pain, man. Yeah, it's fake. It lets you know. It tells you that the men are in pain and the men have to take all these pills and all these drugs and Shalom Yahweh Shabbat.
Shalom Yahweh Shabbat.
Men are in pain, man. Like these men on there, and what you see is when you click onto porn, you see what half an hour of it. You don't know that they've been shooting this for the last 2 days, man. Apparently the men are in pain and it hurts and they got to take Viagra and they can't keep it up. And the women are sore and the women are in pain. But the women, in order to sell the video to you, they have to make the noises on that camera. So you watch that and you think, oh, this sex is great. You be there masturbating to this like a homosexual. That's what it is. You be there masturbating to it like a homosexual because that's exactly what it is. You're getting turned on by a man having sex with a woman. Like you're getting turned on by another man having sex with a woman. And the truth is, once the cameras start rolling, they're all in pain, and the woman can't stand that man, and that man can't stand that woman, and that woman doesn't turn him on, but they have to fake it for the cameras. So you be watching it, thinking, "Damn, look at this man putting in all this work and how she's screaming. It's fake. It's not real, man. It's not real." Like growing up in secondary school. Like when you're young and in secondary school, you have sex education classes, and the teachers would tell you this, man. The teachers would tell you obviously what you see on the TV is not real life. It's like acting, man.
Right.
It's acting. It's like in movies, a man gets shot and a man runs 2 miles. In real life, when people get shot, I see them drop on the spot, man. Listen, it's a movie. Like Boys in the Hood, the man shot the shotgun from at least 5 miles. You see it from at least 5-10 miles away. In real life, listen, man, a shotgun ain't going that far. The porn industry is all fake and it's all to get you money. And these women who pretend they're happy, smiling in these bikini pictures, they're not happy, man. The reason they take these pictures is because what? They're not happy and they want you to. They like your comment, yeah. They need your comment and they need your little love heart on Instagram. You know that little love heart on Instagram when you like the pictures. Listen, if a woman posts a picture and it gets no likes, she gets depressed, man. Most women's life is based off of likes of Instagram. She'll have a bad day and she'll be like, you know what? Let me post this picture and see how much likes it can get. Now, if she gets all them likes, and guess what? It's the same men in the comments, man. Same men in the comments. Hey, beautiful. She don't even respond to you, man. I
Right.
think you need to stop commenting, man. You don't have to comment on every single picture she posts. We know you like her and you're interested. Listen, she don't feel the same way, man. She don't like your pictures. She don't like your pictures. But you're liking her pictures and dreaming about her. And she knows that you like her picture, so she says what? She hits you up saying, oh, I need some money, I'm going through this. And then you thinking you're getting closer to getting some sex, you send her the money, man. And guess what happens? You ain't never gonna get it, man. Because she
God.
ain't interested in you. Meanwhile, there's a man out there somewhere that can't stand her, that's having sex with her for free, man. There's a man out there that doesn't reply to her messages, doesn't pick up the phone to her, don't care about her. And then there's you giving her all your money, man.
Right.
Giving her all your money. And then she lies to you. And this is what women do. Listen, it's the same thing in every movie. All these movies that you watch is what? Just to get you to commit adultery. Every single movie that you watch is about a man that's got a woman. This man ain't treating the woman good. Meanwhile, there's you in the friend zone. You're trying to get out the friend zone. This woman's in the aisle ready to marry this man, and then you come running down the aisle. You come running down the aisle. Wait, and then she realizes she likes you, and you're a good man, and then you get the woman in the end. Listen, man, I don't give a damn how nice that fairy tale sounds. Adultery is adultery, man. Listen,
Right.
whether this man's treating her like garbage, you ain't supposed to go in there with your 2 pence. It's not your business, man. However that man's treating her, that's their relationship. You ain't supposed to be running down the aisle saying, wait, listen, man, you ain't supposed to be trying to creep out the friend zone. You're telling her all these nice things. He treats her bad, and guess what happens? She comes to you. She comes to you. Oh, what do you think I should do? And then you're trying to persuade her to leave him. Listen,
God.
man, don't be that man. Now, all these movies make her like, oh, that's a good man, and she should be with him. The same thing happens in every movie. It happened in Norbit. It happened in Norbit as well. If that's even his name, what's his name again? Marvin. Same thing happened in Norbit. This woman's gonna marry this man, and he comes running down the aisle. Did it happen in what's the next one? Big Mama's house. It happened in Big Mama's house as well, right? Yeah, it happened in Big Mama's house. You come running down the aisle, confessing how much of a good man you are, why she shouldn't marry that man. Listen, man, life ain't a movie, man. Only in the movies you get away with that. In real life, that man might kill you, man. That man might kill you in the real world. What verse was we at?
Proverbs 3 and 31.
Read that for me one more time.
Envy thou not the old caresser, and choose none of his ways.
It says, don't envy the oppressor and choose none of his ways. Pornhub is what? His ways, man. Being a porn star is what? His ways. Being a drug
That's
addict
right.
is his ways, man.
Right.
Worshipping women is what? His ways, man.
God.
That's not our ways, man. Us black men, yeah, like the Lord gave us some spirit, man. The Lord gave us some spirit and some strength. Listen, man. You're chasing these women all day long. Sit back and let them chase you, man. And listen, let me give you a little bit of advice. Usually, the man who don't chase the woman wants to know why he ain't chasing her, and she ends up chasing him. Now,
God.
if you're just the same as every other man chasing her, and the brother said, how about these brothers? As soon as they see a female YouTuber, the brothers are calling queen, goddess, and all kind of BS. That's right, man. A brother will see a YouTuber and put her on a pedestal, man. He'll
That's
see
right.
an Instagram influencer. And listen, you see these Instagram women, that's the influencer. Like, I want to know influential in what? Like, how do you influence anybody? All they do is put on swimwear and take pictures. That's all they do is put on swimwear and take pictures. Oh, I'm an Instagram model. How is that an influencer? Like influence people to do what? Just be whores and slags and prostitutes and go ahead.
So that's silly though. Like anyone can
Mm.
do anything on
Right,
Instagram.
exactly.
So that don't make sense. A model on Instagram, you took a picture yourself, put them on Instagram. That don't make no sense. A model, people go to her to get pictures,
Right.
set up shoots. You do that yourself.
Exactly.
That's a myth. Instagram model.
But with Instagram, they say yeah, influencer if you got over 100,000 followers. So now you be gassing these women up, man. And then guess what happens? These women start thinking they're too nice for any man. Like there's one in London, I can't stand her. What's her name? Miss R Fabulous. You heard of her? Miss R Fabulous. Oh, I can't stand her. She's got all these and now what women do now is what? They all go to Turkey and get a BBL, a Brazilian butt lift. And they go to Turkey because what? The operation, they don't do it in the UK because it's too dangerous and you can die from it. Now, all these women do what? Go get a BBL, so they get their breasts done, their behind done. And then here's you on Instagram like this, looking at all the pictures. I like that one. Go down. You like that one. You like that one. You like that one. Listen, man, she sees that you're so desperate. She's seeing your name pop up on every picture she posts. She sees you in her DMs, inboxing her every day. And listen, the more you do that, the less chance you've got of ever getting her, man. You ain't gonna get her, man. You got no chance. You the term is what? Thirsty. That's what they call it. Thirsty. Tazapuan, get me a Deuteronomy chapter 23 and verse 17. Hey, go ahead.
Also, too, like what people need to understand is the whole concept of like watching people have sex is a Greek and a Roman thing.
Right.
You know, in Roman history, before the white man had Rome, the original inhabitants were called the Etruscans, and like it's documented, they would just have sex on like the street, and then anyone could even join. So while like they were doing what they were doing, other people would join, and in Greece, on a platform, people would watch people have sex. Like they believe this was the most, strongest man and the woman. They would just watch him like art. So this whole pornography thing is not new. You know what I mean? That's why in the Bible when we have laws against these things, it's because there's no new thing under the sun.
Right.
It was wrong back then and it's wrong now. Just because now there's internet and an iPhone doesn't mean God don't know about it. It's old stuff.
Old stuff. And also, if I could, on the top on that, also there was I believe it was like Hymen in that were Greeks that used to allow other men to have sex with their wife and whatnot. They used to watch it like a man would, and that's where swinging comes from. Like nowadays they call it what? Swinging, which lets you know, like the captain said, there's no new thing under the sun. Back then, these Greeks and whatnot would allow other men to have sex with their wife. These other men actually would have sex with their wife more than they did, and they would sit down and watch. They would sit down and watch. And you're that man that's sitting down and watching nowadays, man. Back then, they would allow men to do it. And then guess what? Now they got what? Swinging clubs. It's called swinging clubs because guess what happens? You will go there with your wife. Another man will come there with his wife. Now, you will have sex with his wife. He will have sex with your wife. Or you all have a big orgy. So all of these things comes from the Greeks and the Romans because they was sexually immoral, man. And that's why in the Bible, we've always had laws against these things.
Right.
Always had laws against these things. And the same things that we had laws against not to do, we're right here doing them right now. Like what you think porn's something new? You think swinging something new? Nah, man. Swinging ain't nothing new, man. This is why the Lord had to what? Give us laws on adultery, man. The Lord gave us laws on what? To love your wife. Now, if you're willing to let your woman have sex with another man in front of you, you don't love your wife.
That's
now,
right.
Any man knows that what? If a man has sex with your wife, you're going to lose your mind, man, because she's yours. The Bible even says what? Jealousy is the rage of a man.
That's right.
That's what the Bible says, man. Not with these Greeks and Romans. You know why? Because they're homosexuals, man. It turns them on to see another man having sex with their wife. Like no black man would enjoy that. No black man would want that to happen. But when you live on the Esau, you might just go to a swingers club where what? All these old men is there, these women is there. He wants to give his wife to that person. take that person to his wife. All these things come from our oppressors. And the Bible says, envy thou not the oppressor. Now, people nowadays say, like nowadays, people have weird fetishes. Now, that right there is a Edomite fetish, man. Seeing another
God.
man pleasuring you. Why would you want another man to pleasure your woman, man? Like, how does that turn you on? How does that how does that turn you on? And the Lord don't want us to be like that, man. Whereas
Right.
our oppressors like that, he likes his woman to be naked. He likes to flaunt his woman around half naked. And then nowadays, what? You tell your woman cover up. Guess what society says? Your man's controlling.
God.
They say that what your man's got he's got low self-esteem if you're not allowed to dress how you want to dress. Your man don't deserve you if you don't allow you to dress how you want to dress. The truth is, a man that tells his woman to cover up, it's because he loves his woman, man. He loves her,
That's
and he
right.
don't want no next man to look at her like she's a hoe. And if she's not covering up, and she's naked in front of you and everybody else, she ain't your woman, man. She's like Future says, man. She's for the streets, man. If she's
God.
naked for everybody, she's for the streets. When really
God.
your wife is only supposed to be naked for you, man. Your wife is only supposed to be doing these things for you, but instead
Right.
she's doing all these things for every man. That's not your wife, man. That's a woman that's for everyone. Give me a Deuteronomy 23 and verse 17.
Deuteronomy chapter 23, verse 17. There shall be no whore of the daughters of Israel.
There shall be what?
No, there shall be no whore of the daughters of Israel.
Is there shall be no whore of the daughters of Israel. It didn't say everybody, it says of the daughters of Israel, meaning what? God's saying right
Right.
there, you black women best not have some OnlyFans account, man. God's saying you black women best not be some porn star. God's saying you
Right.
black women best not be twerking naked on the internet. So, like, Tazapon, are you able to pull up the definition of whore for me? No, sorry, Captain Price is going to get it.
God.
All right, no, so Captain Price is going to get it. We're going to pull up the definition of whore, and then I believe
God.
it should take us to the word prostitute and what that means. So we're going to read what a whore is. So we're going to find out what a whore is according to the Bible. Because people like to make out like what? People like to make out like the words that we say is curse words and swear words. Listen, man, the word
Right.
whore is in the Bible. The word whore is in the Bible, man. The word
That's
whore is
right.
in the New Testament, man. It's in the Old Testament also. People make out like what? You make out like what? God ain't got God don't know 1 and 2 words. Listen, man. God knows about the word whores, man. God knows about the words homosexuals and all these things, man. Sexual
That's
deviance. Listen, God knows. Listen, man. The word that God put in the Bible, people still call a homosexual man that today a sodomite, man. That's a big Benjamite word, man. He's a sodomite. That's that one that Benjamites use all the time, man.
Right.
Listen, man. God knows how to put words together, man. God knows how to listen. Some of the words God put together, this our oppressor says, "What it's hate speech and it's offensive." They say, "Oh, it's offensive." You call a man a sodomite on road, they say it's offensive, man. You call a woman a whore on the road, they say it's offensive. Listen, man. If you don't want to be called a sodomite, guess what? Stop being a sodomite. If you don't
That's
want to be
right.
called a whore, stop being a whore.
That's right.
Right.
Read that definition for me if you could, sir.
Definition of whore, a noun is derogatory.
It's what?
Derogatory.
It's derogatory. And guess what? The actions of a whore is derogatory, man.
That's right.
You're derogatory yourself if you're a whore. That's why it's derogatory. Listen, man. The Lord don't sugarcoat things. The Lord tells you exactly how it is. If you're a whore, you're going to be called a whore. And this is why in the UPK, we tell you exactly how it is. We don't sugarcoat it. We ain't going to be like the Christian church and be like, oh, don't worry, keep doing what you're doing. If you behave like a whore, we're going to call you a whore, man. And the word whore is in the Bible. The word whore is in the Bible, man. In the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 23 and verse 17. It's also in 1 Corinthians, the 6th chapter, where Paul said, whores and whoremongers ain't going to be getting into the kingdom of God. And this is why the Lord said there shouldn't be no whores in the land of Israel. Well, in the nation of Israel. Go ahead.
A prostitute.
A what?
A prostitute.
A prostitute. The anyone that. And I pull up what prostitute means now. Now, a whore is a prostitute. Now, when we pull up the word definition of prostitute, it's going to explain what a whore is. So now we're going to let you know what a whore is. Everybody knows what a prostitute is. You see them every time you're trying to drive home. You drive into a traffic light, they're waving at your car, trying to offer you some service and whatnot. Waving in the car like that. That's what a prostitute is. Everyone knows what they are.
But the definition of a prostitute, a person, a woman who engages in sexual activity for payment.
Says a woman who engages in sexual activity for payment. Now, at OnlyFans, you women do what? Engage in sexual activity for payment. You women that when you paid off Instagram, you're a whore because what? You engage in sexual activity for payment.
That's right.
That's right.
What that is saying right there is what? You're a whore and you're a prostitute. And everything that you're doing is disgusting. And the Lord said, what? Read that for me one more time.
Another one, Khan. There shall be no whore of the daughters of Israel.
And the Lord said, you shouldn't be a whore. You shouldn't be a prostitute. The Lord said, you shouldn't be engaging in sexual activity for money. The Lord said, you shouldn't do that. But because you envy the oppressor, that's why you do it. Because you see that they're making good money from it. You want to make that good money from it. Listen, the reason they can make good money from it is because what? God don't care about what they do, man. But God does care about what you do with your body. God cares about what you Black and Hispanic women do with your body. Whereas the oppressor, he don't care. Read on.
Another one, Khan. Nor a sodomite of the sons of Israel. Nor a sodomite.
The Lord said, what? A Black man, Hispanic man, ain't supposed to be a sodomite man. Ain't supposed to be a homosexual man. Ain't supposed to be no man with man. The Lord said the Israel shouldn't be that man. But as for Esau, allow him to be a homosexual man. That way, guess what? They won't reproduce, man. That's good for them. We don't even need them to reproduce, man, because they're killing us left, right, and center. Maybe if every white man just became homosexual, man, they would fade out. The Esau would fade out a lot sooner, man. And honestly, most of them are homosexuals. Like, the thing is this. There's certain jokes that Black people do, and then Esau's jokes, this thing, and there's certain jokes that Black people don't do. Like, Black people know with certain jokes, there's limits. Now, with Esau, what do you do? Wipes his behind on your face and whatnot. You're sleeping, he'll fart in your face and fart in your food, and that's the jokes that Esau plays. The jokes that we plays are we just throw a little bit of water on you, just squirt you with a water gun. That's where we leave it. We draw the line. Esau does some homosexual acts. One time I seen one thing, there was some damn Edomite that was meant to be getting married. So they blindfolded him and he thought he was having a female stripper giving him a lap dance. It was a man giving him a lap dance, man. His friend had his behind all out in his face. That's the kind of jokes that they play, which lets you know that we're two different people, man. Like, they're a disgusting people. They're a disgusting people, man. And the Lord don't want us to be amongst them. He don't want us to be around them. Because that's the jokes that they play. Read on. And the reason the Lord want our women to be whores is what? Because why? Our God is a loving father, man. You see how you're a loving father. You see how if you've got daughters, you don't want your daughter to be a whore. You don't want to be outside and be knowing, when you go to work, your daughter just invites all the young boys around and has sex, and your daughter's the neighborhood bike. You don't want that, man. You want to know, you know what? My daughter is different to all these other women out there. The Lord wants to know that his daughter is different to all these women out there. Read on.
Another one, Khan. Thou shalt not bring the hair of a whore or the price of a dog into the house of the Lord thy God.
And the Lord saying, you know what? You're a whore. He don't even want your money, man. Don't bring that disgusting, dirty money that you've made. What? Listen, man. You say, listen, you can be a woman that strips and makes a ton of money and says, oh, well, guess what? I pay my tithes. Nah, man. The Lord's saying he don't want that money. Basically, what this is saying is, Lord don't want you to be a whore, man.
That's right.
Saying, don't bring that nasty money. You shaking you behind to get that money. Listen, in the Christian church, they will take all that money off you, man. Listen, man. We don't want you to be going to have sex for money and bringing it here, giving it to us. We ain't going to take that. We're going to be like, nah, man. How about you stop having sex with random men? How about
That's
you
right.
stop? How about you stop selling your lady parts, man? How about you
Yeah.
stop selling yourself for money, man? That's what we're going to tell you, man. Whereas your pastor will be like, you know what? It doesn't matter if you're a whore. As long as you pay this, as long as you pay this to the church, as long as you pay that. Listen, man, we would rather the lights go off than you sell your body to pay money to keep the lights on, man.
That's right.
Because what your body is more important, man. The Lord said, don't
Uh,
even bring that money in. But in church, they'll allow you to bring that in. Give me
mm.
Leviticus chapter 19 and verse 29. Now we're gonna go further into the law. This is the law class, so we're gonna go what? Further into the law. Like the Lord gave us laws ages ago to prevent what we're seeing right now. Like everything the Lord
Leviticus.
says. Go ahead.
Slakia. Okay. Leviticus chapter 19, verse 29.
Yeah, Khan, go ahead.
Canada one can. Do not prostitute thy daughter to cause her
Do
to
what?
be a whore.
The Bible said, do not prostitute your daughter, man. You don't be what? Imagine you're a father knowing your daughter's got her OnlyFans, and you're gonna be like, you know what? Well, it's paying the bills, it's paying this. And another thing is as well, man. You see, especially if you're in the world, you're in the world, so your friends is too. And imagine if you've got a daughter that dresses like a whore, you think your friends don't want to have sex with your daughter? Of course they do, man. They can't wait for that opportunity, man. They can't wait for that opportunity to have sex with your daughter, man. They're probably having sex with your daughter behind your back, because that's how the world is. How the world is, there's what? There's no rules, man. Only in here is rules. Outside of this building, there's no rules. You think that man's your friend? No, man. He's trying to have sex with your daughter. He's trying to find a way to tell your daughter, keep it secret. He probably gives her some money to have sex with him, man. And guess what? You don't know. Meanwhile, your daughter's walking around the house in booty shorts and half naked and whatnot. Your friends is looking at her with their side eye, and they're all talking about her when you're not there, man. When you're not there, they're talking about how much they want to have sex with her, man. These times your daughter's a girl and whatnot, and this is why what you need to make your daughter cover up. Teach your daughter not to be a whore, man. Or what's gonna happen? Your daughter's gonna bring you to heaviness later on in life. Later on in life, she's gonna be pregnant, and you ain't gonna know who. Give me a second. Yeah, she's gonna be pregnant, and she ain't gonna know who the baby father is. You ain't gonna know who the baby father is. Everyone's gonna be talking about. You're gonna be walking through the hood, and everyone's gonna be saying, "Oh, his daughter's pregnant at 13. His daughter had sex in the bushes. His daughter had sex in the alleyway. She's a whole man. I would hate it if she was my daughter. This is why we need to raise our daughters better and teach them how precious their body. And this is why with your daughter, you teach them, listen, any man that ain't willing to meet me before he does anything with you, he ain't worthy, man.
That's right.
Because now I'm thinking this, I'm gonna let you know. You see, most men know which women is easy. Like most men know which women ain't gonna give it up, and they know which women will give it up. They know, buy you a bottle of Hennessy, you're gonna give it up. Some women give it up for a bottle of Hennessy. Some women give it up for what? A McDonald's, like Captain Pressure said, McDonald's. Some women give it up for a date at TGI's. Some women give it up because they don't love themselves. They ain't been taught how to love themselves.
Right.
Listen, man. Don't let no man game you up and use you for sex, man. The thing is this. Now, what happens is you could be a woman that likes a man, and he could say, "Oh, you're taking too long to have sex with me, man. How long are we gonna wait? How long are we gonna wait?" Listen, man. You tell that man, come and meet your father first, man. Say, if I have sex with any man, he needs to meet my father first. And chances are, if that man ain't gonna take you serious, he ain't gonna come and meet your father, man.
Right.
If he don't plan to, what do they call it? They used to call it bash and dash. Yeah, that's what they used to call it, the old bash and dash, where you have sex with her and you never see her again. Listen, man, if he's planning to do that and you tell him meet your father, he ain't gonna meet your father. If he likes you as much as he says he likes you, he would be willing to meet your father, man. And this is why we need to teach this. No matter how much you like him, make him meet me first. Because the thing is this, women don't know how to choose a man. You choose him based off what car he's got, based off he's got nice light brown eyes. That's what you choose him based on. You choose him based on all the other women in the neighborhood like him. That's how you choose him. Whereas what your father knows what type of man you need, man. Your father's seen you grow up. Your father's raised you. He knows what type of man you need in your life, and your father knows if this is a good man or if this man ain't, if this is a good man or this man ain't a good man. And this is why it's very important that what as a sister, especially a younger sister, when you meet a man, make that man meet your father, man. If you're a sister in here, make sure that man comes to class, man. Tell him come to class, man. Make sure he don't just use you and just have sex with you and throw you away. Because at the end of the
Right.
day, you're gonna be the one left crying your eyes out, saying, "Oh, it's happened again." And then guess what? 6 months you're gonna be crying again. Oh, it's happened again. Why? Because you don't know how to make good choices. Go ahead.
Looking at my slavery, I was talking to one of the guys. He goes, with my daughter, her latest boyfriend,
Latest boyfriend. See,
That's exactly what he said. Daughter and her latest boyfriend was like, brother, you allow that? That's the latest
See.
one.
which means there's many. And this man would, wouldn't even allow his daughter to have some boyfriend, man. You need to teach your daughter, any man you get with needs to come and sit down with me first, man. Needs to come and sit down with me first. If he
Right.
ain't willing to sit down with me, he ain't worthy, man. He ain't no serious candidate, man.
God.
That's what we teach our daughters. Because growing up, what do we do now? To see women and spit game to them. And what do women say? Oh, I like you, but I can't have sex with you today because we've only met 10 minutes ago. I can't have sex, we've only met 10 minutes ago. Oh, we're not in a relationship. And you're gonna look at me different if I have sex with you straight away, if I have sex with you on the first link. And then what does that man say? Oh, don't worry, man. I won't tell nobody. I like you. Don't worry. We're going to be in a relationship after this anyway. This is between me and you. Nobody's going to know. There's something about you. You're different. I like you. Don't worry. Don't think about you thinking about it too much. I'm different to all these other guys. I don't usually have sex with women on the first date, but with you, you see you. You're different and you're so beautiful and you
God.
just turned me on. And you're so beautiful and I can't control myself because you look that good. You look that good, I can't control myself. And then what happens? He games you up. You like those nice, sweet words. You open your legs to him. And then guess what happens? That man disappears into the night. Disappears into the night. You text him, he don't pick up the phone. And then guess what happens? You see him when he's next horny again. So like, excuse my French. When he next wants sex again, that's the next time you see him. Listen, man,
Right.
don't be simple. Because women get gamed up by these nice, sweet little words, man. How do I know? Because before I was in the UPK, that's how I know. You would just spit this game and be like, don't worry, you this and you that. I'm different to everybody else. She'll say, oh, but we need to wait. We need to wait. Like, listen, there was once upon a time, every woman used to come with that lie. What did they say? Oh, any man I get with has to wait 3 months. Remember that one? It was always 3 months. Listen, Tazapuan, it was always 3 months. And then, and then Tazapuan, another thing as well, their body count was always, oh, I've only slept with 3 men. It's always free.
God.
It's always free. It's never the truth. Listen, man, and men really believe that. Listen, it's a lie, man. It's a lie, man. There's probably
Right.
2 zeros on the end of that 3, man. Bringing that 3 to 300, man. But she told you
God.
it was free. She told you it was free until one day you're walking with her in town and then someone sees you and says, oh, how do you know her? And you be like, oh, yeah, that's my woman. And he goes, oh, yeah, me and such slept with her back in the days. So you're thinking, okay, that's 2. So who's the next one that you told me about? Because you only said 3. Then a year
Yeah.
later on, and then touch upon another thing. A year later on, you see later on, a year down the line, you find out the man who she said was only just their best friend. She's had sex with him before you, and while you two was together. The man that
Right.
you
Right.
trust, the man that you trusted as a friend, the man that you thought was just a friend because you thought, oh yeah, he's a bit effeminate. He ain't doing nothing with her. She's
Right.
also had sex with him as well, man. Listen,
God.
man. We know how the world works, man. We know how the world works, man. And then you're thinking, eh? And then you get your heart broke. Why? Because you couldn't see the signs. Listen, man, your woman ain't supposed to have no male best friend. Imagine
That's
this is
right.
my woman, she's got a male best friend. Meaning what? Meaning what? Every time I argue with her, she goes to this male best friend. All my issues is what? She goes to this male best friend, which means what? And also these women that say, "Oh, he's my gay best friend." Listen, man, if your woman's got a gay best friend, just understand this. That gay best friend, your woman showed him all those pictures of you, man. That gay best friend seen all these pictures of you, man. He knows everything about you, man. He knows what you
Right.
like and what you don't like. Because you know, women gossip and show everything, man. That gay best friend that's seen everything about you. Listen, that gay best friend is probably trying to find out a way how she can arrange for you and him and her to do something together, man. Listen, man, don't allow your woman to have a gay best friend. Get me to the point there. Secretly, they're plotting, man. They're trying to come together and see how they can, arrange for all three of you to get together, man. Trying to arrange it. Really, that gay best friend, he's interested in you, man. Interested in you. Listen, man, don't allow your woman to have some male best friend. It don't make no sense. Why she
Right.
need a male best friend when she's got you? Why she need him when she's got you? It don't make no sense. Don't be gamed up and lied to her. Go ahead.
Now, and if I can add on to that,
Mm,
a gay best friend doesn't make no sense. So hang on now, she likes men,
mm.
and he does too.
Right.
So, does it come to mind that maybe if the gay friend ended up here, he wouldn't want the man?
Exactly. And also, these gay best friends would be the ones to ruin your relationship, man. They're gonna say
Right.
to her, "He's too rough." Remember, they're feminine and you're masculine.
John.
You're masculine and he's feminine. He's gonna say, "Oh, he don't treat you right." He's gonna say, "Oh, he told you to shut the hell up when you was running your mouth." No man should speak to you like that. No man should speak to you like that. And listen, man, that woman's got that gay best friend because what? The stuff that she does with him, she knows she can't do it with you, but she wants to do it with you, man. Like what? Them two put on makeup together. Like they put on makeup together. They kiss each other on the lips. All of that nastiness. Imagine this gay man is blowing everybody's rod because he's a homosexual. And then your woman kisses him on the lips, and then she come and kisses you. Yeah, disgusting, man. And then she comes
Right.
home and kisses you, man. You better tell your woman, don't have a best friend. It's
That's
disgusting,
right.
man. Read on.
Another one, Khan. Do not prostitute thy daughter to cause her to be a whore, lest the land fall to whoredom, and the
Yes,
land
and
become.
the whole land is full of whoredom now. Why? Because every sister wants a OnlyFans. Well, not every sister, all these sisters in the world now want a OnlyFans. And this is why the I.S.U.P.K is the only place where men and women truly can be fixed, man. Women
That's
in
right.
here ain't gonna want OnlyFans, man. Women in here understand how precious their body is and how they only
Right.
should give it to one man. In the world, they give their body to what? Multiple men and don't see that there's nothing wrong with it.
That's right.
They don't see there's nothing wrong with it. To them, it's just normal. Drop that. Give me Mark chapter 8. Mark chapter 8 and verse 34. Like and you're selling yourself for money. There's more to life than money, man. What about dignity? What
Right.
about honor? What about respect, man? What about all those things?
John.
I guess £20 means more to you than that. Go ahead.
Another one, Khan. Mark chapter 8, verse 34. And when he had called the people unto him with his disciples, also he said unto them, whosoever will come after me, let him deny himself and take
Let him
up his
what?
cross. Let
Let
him
him deny
deny
him.
himself.
And listen, that's what people need to do, man. You have to deny yourself, meaning what? What you would usually do, you can no longer do it anymore, man. What you would usually do, you can no longer do it. Listen, man, the sisters that come up in here, they've denied themselves, man. They've denied
Right.
themselves. Read on.
Another one, Khan. And take up his cross and follow me.
Listen, man,
For
the sisters in here, can't they understand they can't have an OnlyFans? You know why? Because they follow Christ, man. They follow
right.
Christ. They understand they can't have no OnlyFans. They understand that what? They can't be naked all on the internet. They understand they can't post bikini pictures all on the internet, man.
Right.
I don't care. how good you think your body is. You shouldn't be posing up naked. The sisters in here, they don't do that, man. Why? Because they picked up that burden and they follow Christ, man. They understand they can't do what women in the world do. They understand they can't do what women outside of these doors do. Read on.
For whosoever will save his life shall lose it. But whosoever,
man, you trying to save your life, you trying to not come up in here because what? You want to be a whore. You trying to not come up in here because what? You want to be a sodomite. Trying to save that disgusting lifestyle, you're going to lose your life, man. You're going to die. That disgusting lifestyle you're living, man. Whereas the people that did what? Denied themselves, they're going to live, man. Because they serve God in Christ. You don't. Whereas you ain't serving God in Christ. You're doing whatever feels good to you. You're on the internet showing you behind to the whole world. You're meeting up with men for sex. And guess what? One day, those men that you're charging to have sex with you, one day those men is going to give you AIDS or something, man.
Right.
You think those are only paying you for sex? Nah, man. They're paying tons of women for sex. And you as a man, you think you're the only man having sex with her. She's having sex with a ton of men. And you're giving her all your money. It's dumb. Read on.
But whosoever shall lose his life for my sake and the gospel's, the same shall save it.
And listen, man. All those sisters that what? Used to be whores, used to be strippers, gave up that life for Christ's sake. You're going to save your life, man. Meaning when Christ returns, you ain't going to die, man. Why? Because when Christ returns, that whore that you was before ain't going to be there, man. That whore that you was before don't exist no more. That homosexual that you was before don't exist no more. So you're going to live. But if Christ comes and that whore's still there, that whore has to die, man. That homosexual has to die. You saved that life, that disgusting lifestyle that you're supposed to put down. You saved it. And guess what? You're going to die for that lifestyle. Read on.
For what shall it profit a man if he shall gain the whole world and lose his own soul?
Read that again.
For what shall it profit a man if he shall gain the whole world and lose his own soul?
Listen, man. You listen. It says, "What shall it profit a man if he shall gain the whole world and lose his soul?" And the thing is, this: you're giving up your soul, not even for the whole world, for £20, man. You're giving up your soul for £20 a month.
Right.
You're worth £20 a month. You're giving up your soul for £20 a month, man. Which means what? £20 a month is divided by what? Let's say how much days is in a month? 30. That's about 66 pence, man. Listen, basically, you're giving up your soul for 66 pence a day, man. That's right. For 66 pence. You mean to tell me your body is worth 66 pence? You're going to show your naked self to everybody for 66 pence? Listen, man, Christ said, what shall a man give in exchange to gain the whole world? You ain't even gaining the whole world. You're just gaining 66 pence. You've gave up your whole dignity. You've gave up everything about you, everything that you're supposed to stand for 66 pence, man.
Right.
How can anyone trust you when your price is so low? How do you expect a man to love you when your price is so low, man? How do you expect to find this happy ending that you've been dreaming of when your price is so low? 66 damn pence, you know. That's disgusting, reader.
Or what shall a man give in exchange for his soul?
What shall a man give in exchange for his souls, man? And listen, man, if men stop buying whores, guess what? These women wouldn't be able to set up an OnlyFans page. These women wouldn't be able to pose naked on Instagram. Like both of us play a part. If us men stop liking that, women would stop trying to sell it. Like women know that men love sex and they know they can make a living from it. They know they can make a living from it. Nowadays, all the women has to do, all the women has to do nowadays is what? Have a big behind and men will pay her for sex, man.
Right.
All the women have to do is have some big breasts and men will pay her for sex. And these women know this, they know it. So what are they going to do? They're going to put their body for sale, man. Whereas if men looked at whores like disgusting and said, I ain't never paying for sex in my life, they couldn't sell it, man.
Right. That's right.
They wouldn't have nothing to sell. But they know that men are going to buy it, so they're going to sell it, man. It's like drug dealers. They know people's going to buy weed, so they sell weed. Same thing, man. Women sell their bodies because what? They know that men are gonna pay for it. Any more on that?
Verse 38. Whosoever therefore shall be ashamed of me and of my words in this adulterous and sinful generation, of him also.
This is an adulterous and sinful generation, man. Christ's words, they don't want to hear, they want to disregard them, man. They're ashamed of Christ. Listen, they would rather be like, what? I'm not covering up my whole body. I'd rather be uncovered. Like people say to them, oh, why you like obviously they would rather not cover up because what? They don't want to be seen as weird and crazy. They don't want to listen to Christ's words, man. They don't want to listen to a word that he has to say. They don't want to cover up nothing. So Christ says, all right, then you no sweat. You don't want to do as I say. You don't want to follow this. You want to do your own thing. Don't worry. The day that I come, the day that I come, you're done for. That's what it's basically saying. Read any more on that.
Canada one can. Of him also. So let me read from the top. Whosoever therefore shall be ashamed of me and of my words in this adulterous and sinful generation, of him also shall.
This is an adulterous and sinful generation, meaning what? 90% of people around you is what? Adulterers and sinful. So now the world makes you feel like you're missing out on something. Now, if you ain't an adulterer, this world makes you look like, huh? So you could have slept with her, but you didn't because she's got a man. This world will look down and you'll be like, so huh? Why didn't you do it? And whatnot. This world makes you feel like you're in the wrong for serving God. The reason they make you feel like you're in the wrong is because what? They're an adulterous and sinful generation. They're adulterers and you're not sinful. So because you're the minority and the majority is evil, they look at you like you're crazy. Look at you like, what's wrong with you? And this is why the whole world, when a woman listens to a man, when a woman honors and respects and listens to a man, this world makes out like she's crazy. Like, you actually do what it says. Your man should be in at 10 o'clock.
Right.
You be in at 10 o'clock. And you're actually going to be in at 10 o'clock. And then they will go and laugh and say, guess what? She listens to a man. Listen, man. That's the reason why she's got a man, is because she listens to him. You ain't got no man because you don't listen, man. And this is why you're changing men every single week, man. This is why you're going to different men every single week. Why? Because you don't want to listen to men. You don't want to listen. You can open your legs to a man, but you don't want to listen to him when he says, be in the house by 10. Do this, do that. Listen, man. You open your legs to him. Once you open your legs to him, you've passed all power to that man. You've given that man all the power, man. That's how it goes, man. Drop that. Give me Isaiah chapter 4 and verse 1.
So, okay, Isaiah chapter 14, verse 1.
4 and verse 1.
4 verse, go on. Okay.
And listen, man, every woman needs a man.
That's right.
Based off the choices that they make, they need a man. Based off what they do day to day, they need a man. Based on the terrible decisions they make, they need a man.
That's right.
And that's why God put men there, man. Meaning what? Your woman comes to you and asks you, how do you think I should do this? How do you think I should do that? And you tell them, man. And listen, to the sisters, it don't mean you're dumb. You're not dumb, because women are very smart, especially academically. Women are smart when it comes to academically, but when it comes to decision making, leave that to men, because men pull it more into perspective, man.
That's right.
Like a woman, think her whole world's coming down just based off a little situation, and a man will just assess it like, nah, don't worry, do it like this, do it like that, so forth. Listen, man, every woman needs a man, and these sisters who have a man and who go to their man for counsel, they actually live a better life. They actually live a better life, and they actually make wiser choices. Whereas if you're left to your own devices, you operate based on emotions. You operate based on emotions, whereas a man doesn't really operate based on emotions. Well, he shouldn't, but read on.
Isaiah chapter 4, verse 1. And in that day, 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying...
in that day is now, man. Listen, during this COVID-19, women should be taking hold of one man. Because you know what? You see, it is. Once women ain't got a man, and the uncertain about how they're going to get money because they've been laid off from their job, guess what? because they ain't got a man, they're resorting to having an OnlyFans page. Now, if they
God.
had a man, we'd be talking about our OnlyFans page. No, man, they wouldn't. That man would say, all right, then, you know how to cook. I'm going to make a website and we can sell some patties or something, man. Why do you have to sell your body? I mean, I've heard of selling cakes and biscuits and drinks
God.
and making rum punch and selling rum punch. But why do
Right.
you have to sell? First thing you could think of is to sell your body. This is what I mean that they don't make decisions, man. Make good choices. Go ahead, sir.
Even that guy selling
Sky juice.
and drinking Sky juice.
Exactly. There's a brother selling Sky juice, man. He didn't think to sell his body. There's other things you can
Right.
sell, man. You can sell Sky juice. You can sell cooked meals. But the first thing you think of is to sell your body. And this is why you need a man to put things in perspective. Who's going to say, you ain't going to sell? Are you silly? Why would you even think of that? Says 7 women shall take hold of one man. Go ahead.
Khan. In that day, 7 women shall take a hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel.
Meaning the time's coming, man. The time's coming where what? There's gonna be none of this. You having to fund these women, man. The time's
That's
coming
right.
where you ain't gonna fund these women. Nowadays, for you even to get a woman to go on a date with you, you have to have a few figures in your bank account, man. Women don't even want to go on a date with you if you ain't got the right amount of money. If you
Right.
ain't rich, if you look like a rapper. Listen, man, the day's coming when what? They're gonna have to come to you for protection. And guess what they're gonna say? You see that degree that they was showing off on you with? What they're gonna say is, you know what? I'm the breadwinner. Don't worry. I got my. I don't care how much money you're making. They're gonna be. I don't care how much money you're making. But let me just be called by your name. Read on.
That's right. Khan. We will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name.
Let us be called by their name. And I don't know if you know, but going back years ago, a couple 100 years ago, it was like for a woman to not have a man, it was looked down upon. It was looked down upon. Says, let us be called by their name. Like back in the days, what? People didn't even know this woman's name. They would, like even in England from like the 1700s, because you had a few black slaves over here in the 1700s. I got the book in the car somewhere. It's called, I believe it's called Untold History. Even back then, they didn't know the women by name. They knew them as such and such's wife. That's what women was known as, such and such's wife. Only now in 2020, women got these big reputations now where everybody knows them and she's this Instagram model and she's this influencer. Listen, man, women knew you based on who your husband was, man. That's how they knew you, based on who your husband was. Nowadays, in Esau Kingdom, you can be this big influencer. You can have this big Instagram following, this big Twitter following. In our kingdom, what? You known as who your husband is, man. That's why the Bible says a husband is known in the gates. Meaning a husband is known in the gates, man. And obviously you're gonna have what? Some man who's known as the man who's married to the horriblest woman in the world, man. That's a monster. Obviously, don't make your husband be known as the man who's horrible, who's married to some woman that every man's glad that they're not with. Every man's glad that it's not their woman. Be a sister where men can be like, you got a good woman, man. His woman cooks, woman does this, his woman takes care of the house, she takes care of the kids is clean, the kids is respectful, the kids have got manners. Be known as that, man. Don't let your husband be known as the man. Oh, his baby mom's the one who don't wash the kids before they go to school. She don't take care of the kids. The kids play outside till 2 in the morning and do whatever they want. There's no structure in that house. Make your husband be known as, you see him, he's got his house in order, man.
Right.
I mean, why would any man want to listen to your husband when you don't even listen to your husband? How can your husband tell anyone anything and you're a monster and they ain't got you in order? And this is why it's very important to have your woman in order, man. This is why it's very important to have your woman in order. Let your woman know, listen, you ain't gonna shame me and you ain't gonna get away with this and you ain't gonna get away with that. Whereas usually our sisters they don't like to say no to their friends. So what will happen is their friends will say, oh yeah, we're going out for drinks for such and such's birthday. Now, your woman might be a little scared to say, I can't go. Tell her, come and ask you. And all she's got to say to her friends is, my husband said I can't go. She ain't got to give no explanation. My husband
Right.
said I can't. My husband said I can't go. You're supposed to tell her she can't go, man. Drop that. I'll be here all day. Give me Ecclesiasticus in the Apocrypha, chapter 26 and verse 22. And everything we're reading is biblical, man. I ain't making this up. I ain't making none of this up. This is all biblical, man.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 26, verse 22. An harlot shall be counted as spittle.
A what?
A harlot shall be counted as spittle.
Listen, man. The Lord said the harlot is like spit, man, which is worthless.
That's right.
Counted as spittle. Now, that's what the Lord said, man. What? How do we treat harlots nowadays? We love them and we just have to sleep with them, man. We just want to go break the bank to sleep with them, man.
Right.
First of all, you pay for a hotel room, which is expensive in itself. Then you have to pay for this horse service. Salakia. You pay for a service, which is more expensive. You spend all that money, man, on some harlot. What did the Lord say a harlot is in the Bible?
An harlot shall be counted as spittle.
Listen, if we started treating them like spittle, they would understand that what their lifestyle is disgusting and no man finds it attractive. But because we glorify whores, because we glorify prostitutes and whores and women with fans only pages, because we glorify them, guess what? They'll be whores and increase the price, man. You men that's paying for sex out, 2 months they're gonna increase the price on you, man. Because they know you like their services, man. They're gonna increase the price on you, man. Whereas if you looked at them like spittle, if you looked at them like disgusting, they wouldn't sell sex, man. They don't understand the need to start baking cakes or selling drinks or biscuits or something. They would understand would need a proper profession. Now, women think a profession is what? Oh, I'm a model. So you stand naked all day in front of a camera, take naked shots on the beach. Now you think you're a model. Listen, man. In Esau's kingdom, he calls you a model. What did the Lord say a harlot is like in the Bible, Tazapuan?
An harlot shall be counted as spittle.
A harlot shall be counted as spittle, man. Something disgusting, man. And you wouldn't pay for spit. You wouldn't pay money for spit. So why are you paying money for a whore, man? Why are you paying money for someone so disgusting that they have sex with everyone? Someone that doesn't know their worth? Why? Read on.
Another one gone. But a married woman is a tower against death to her husband.
But a married woman, man, is a tower. Like a married woman helps her husband out, man. She's a tower.
That's
man.
right.
Meanwhile, what? A woman that's a whore leads men to their death. A married woman, a good wife, she's a tower against death, man. She's a tower against death. A married woman, what? She ain't gonna influence you to go out there and sell drugs so you get shot by a rival drug dealer, man. Whereas a whore will, she'll say you need to sell some drugs so you can go get a new Mercedes. I don't want to be riding around in this old mahogany car. You see these old cars with the mahogany. She's gonna say this car's old mahogany. I think you need. She's gonna say a whore's gonna say I think you need to sell some drugs so I can be in that Mercedes, man. Whereas a wife that's a tower will be like, don't worry, I'm gonna work and a proper job, and we can save some money. We can upgrade the car when our funds is right. Whereas a whore say just sell some drugs. A righteous woman's a tower against death. She ain't gonna make you do nothing out of the ordinary, man. Read on.
Another one gone. A wicked woman is given as a Salakia. A wicked woman is given as a portion to a wicked man.
A wicked woman is given to a portion of a wicked is given to a wicked man. And I mean, in what? Chances are you knew this woman was wicked before you got with her. Like I said, you met this woman in the club. Did you think everything was going to be roses? I mean, you met her in the club, and then now you're upset that she doesn't make you breakfast in bed. Now you're upset that she don't respect you. Where did you meet? Where did you meet her? You met her swinging from a pole in the strip club, man. I mean, you met her swinging from a pole in the strip club, and now you're crying upset that she's going to work in the strip club tonight. Now you're upset that she's still swinging from a pole. You met her that way, man. It's not like you met her in the library reading history books. It's not like she was humble, came to you with her head covered, came with her head bowed or humble. You met her
Right.
while lying off in the shortest skirt, giving her number to 10 other men.
Mm.
And then now you're upset that she cheated on you. I mean, what did you think she was going to do? Did you think she was going to say to other men, no, I've got a partner? Is that what you thought? Listen, man. She had a man when you met her in the club. Like, she had a man when you met her in the club, man. You took her from a
Right.
next man. You don't think a next man's going to take her from you? And then you're going to be left crying your eyes out, talking about, oh, how much you hate women. The reason you hate women is because what? You're simple and you don't know how to choose a good woman, man. And this is why in here we have the 6-month rule, man. We have the 6-month rule. Go ahead.
Another one can. Slakia. A wicked woman is given as a portion to a wicked man, but a godly woman is given to him that feareth the Lord.
Listen, man. A godly woman's what? Gonna come in here and do her 6 months, man. A godly woman is gonna stick to the 6 months rule, man. That's what a
That's
godly
right.
woman's gonna do. Because marriage is life, so a godly woman ain't gonna rush and just end up with anybody. Now, imagine out there in the world, if all these women knew they could only have one man, they knew there was only meant to have one man, they would make sure to do that 6-month rule, man. Because they know this is
Right.
for life. Now, most women out there have sex with men that ain't even attracted to, that they don't even like, because it's just fun. Like in Esau's kingdom, sex has become a little bit of fun. It's just because it's something you do to pass the time. It's something you do because you got 10 minutes spare. That's what it's done for now, because you got a bit of spare time. Whereas it's sacred, man. Now, if you're married, have all the sex in the world, man.
Right.
If you men, have all the sex in the world with your husband, man. But where you're going wrong is you're having sex with 50 different men. Yeah, you're having sex with 50 different men. You're doing laps from one house to the next house to have sex with men. Having sex with 3 men in the same day and whatnot, all of that disgustingness. That's all the Roman and Greek culture. It's not ours. Read on.
That's right. Another one can. A dishonest woman contemneth shame. But
Listen, man, a dishonest woman, man, is definitely going to bring you to shame. A woman that tells these little lies, man, these white lies. And another thing, she'll lie to you. And guess what else she'll do? She'll cry her eyes out, man. She'll cry her eyes out saying, I didn't do it. I didn't do it. But all the proof is there. All the proof is there. And because she cries, what do? Believe her. Listen, man, there's a scripture about it where it says a woman will cry and be lying to you and whatnot. Listen, man, it happens. She'll cry her eyes out and say, I didn't do nothing wrong. Oh, I didn't have sex with him. I only done this. Oh, we didn't do that. We only spoke. Oh, that text message that you saw, we was only flirting. Listen, man, she slept with him, man. She slept with him on multiple occasions when you've gone to work, man. When you've gone to work, she slept with him, man. While you're in jail, she slept with him, man. She's saying, I only flirted with him because you was in jail. Listen, man, there's no excuse. And then she'll cry her eyes out and lie. And guess what? You believe it, man.
Right.
Read on.
Another one can. But an honest woman will reverence her husband.
Honest woman is going to tell other men, I've got a man. I'm married. I've got a man. Married. I don't commit adultery. I don't cheat on my partner. That's what an honest woman's going to do. An honest woman is going to what? Give you her phone, man. An honest woman is going to what? An honest woman ain't going to hide her phone. And listen, man, you shouldn't have to check in no woman's phone, man. The thing is this. If a woman's going to cheat on you, she's going to cheat on you, man. She's going to what? She's going to have a backup phone that she leaves in the car somewhere. You're going to have this number, but her lovers is going to be on another phone, man. The truth is this, man. You trying to force a woman not to cheat on you, she's going to cheat on you, man. The only way a woman won't cheat on you is if she doesn't want to, if she serves God and understands it's wrong. Now, begging a woman not to cheat on you, saying, please don't because I love you and you're going to break my heart if you cheat on me, she's just going to cheat on you, man. That just sounds so gay. You're going to break my heart if you cheat on me. Listen, man, you have to tell her not to cheat on you. If she does cheat on you, good riddance. Let her go, man, if she does cheat on you, man. If she wants to entertain multiple men, let her go, man. You deserve better than that. You
That's
deserve
right.
more than. She wants to entertain multiple men. Go entertain multiple men, and listen, the Lord will deal with you one day. But you
That's
go and
right.
do that. Okay, you don't want to. You don't want just me. You want me and 5 other men. You go have them 5 other men. I'm gonna remove myself from this situationship. I ain't gonna
Right.
be a part of. You ain't gonna play me like I'm some idiot. You ain't gonna play me like I ain't the damn catch in this relationship. So lucky, you ain't gonna play me like I ain't the man in this relationship. Listen, go
Right.
be with them other men. That's what you want to do. You want to text other men, go be with them. I ain't gonna beg you to stay. I ain't gonna
Yeah.
beg you to not text. Some men be taking their woman's phone, deleting men's numbers out of their phone. There's no point, man. Listen, she's got that number written down on paper somewhere, man. She's got that number installed in her brain, man. What are you gonna do? Kill her because she wants to be a whore? Allow her to be a whore, man. It's her prerogative. She wants to be a whore, and you go do that away from me, man.
Right.
Because guess what? There's righteous women. There's a righteous woman out there somewhere for me that's not going to be a whore. There's a
That's
righteous
right.
woman out there somewhere for me that's not going to have a next man's phone number in her head. That's not going to be having sex with next men. That's not going to be selling me a dream. There's a righteous sister somewhere, man. Whereas you trying to chase this woman that's having sex with the whole world, she's going to continue to do it, man. And guess what? You're just going to be the backup plan. Really, she wants the other men, but she's playing safe with you. You know why? Because she knows you're going to
Right.
give her money. You're going to give her a place to stay. She knows you got a soft spot for her. She knows she can cheat on you and get away with it. Listen, man, if a woman knows that if she cheats that you're just going to leave and she can't get away with it, she won't cheat, man. But because she knows, oh, yeah, he's a sucker for love, I can just cry and tell him how sorry I am. And this is what she will say to you. I just had sex with him. There was no feelings to it. I love you. And then you feel special, like, well, she didn't love him. She just gave her body to him, but she didn't enjoy it. She told you she didn't enjoy it. But really, in her mind, he done it better than you could ever do it. But she tells you, oh, I didn't enjoy it, and it was the worstest mistake of my life. And it made me realize how much I loved you. So you mean to say she had to have sex with another man for her to realize how much she loves you? And you're gonna fall for that? You're gonna believe that? Listen, man, she's playing you, man. If a woman knows that you stand on your words and she knows what this man is going to leave me if he finds out I'm being some whore flirting and having sex with next men, she ain't going to do it, man. But if she knows she can get away with it, what do you think she's gonna do? She's gonna cheat and get away with it. Because what? You allow her to. You're so soft, and she knows you're the safe bet. She knows, oh, this man will always be in my corner. This man will always give me money when I need it. This man will always let me come back home, even though I got caught cheating on him on camera. She knows that you're going to forgive her. She knows that you're so kind and you're so sweet and you're so soft and you love her so much, and she can pull the wool over your eyes and she can say to you, oh, I have sex with them, but it's nothing personal because I love you. And then you in your heart feel, oh, she loves me. That's all that matters. That sex don't mean nothing because she didn't love them. She loves me. And then read on to the point before I get carried away.
God, another one. God. A shameless woman shall be counted as a dog.
A what?
A shameless woman shall be counted as a dog.
Everybody knows what a dog is. Everyone knows what a dog is. Everyone knows the other word for a dog.
That's right.
It's in the Bible, man. The Lord said a shameless woman is a bitch. So lucky, excuse my French,
That's
man.
right. Get it out. I don't want.
The Lord said a shameless woman is a bitch.
Right.
So lucky, the Lord said a woman that's got an OnlyFans page is a bitch, and who's a whore and who sleeps with multiple men. The Lord said that's what she is, man.
That's right.
The Lord didn't mince his words, man. He said that's what a shameless woman is. A shameless woman that don't cover her behind, man. That cheats on her man. That has an OnlyFans page. That twerks for the whole world to Instagram. Read on. What verse you at?
Verse 25.
Read on.
Another one can. But she that is a shamefaced will fear the Lord.
But she that is what?
But she that is shamefaced will fear the Lord.
Man. And there's beautiful sisters out there that fear the Lord. Now,
that's
you're crying over this woman who's shameless, man. You're crying over this woman who's got no shame, man, who don't care about nothing. You're crying over her. Meanwhile, there's a righteous woman out there that fears the Lord that you could have, man. There's a woman out there that ain't gonna shame you up on the street, man. There's a woman out there that ain't gonna bring you to heaviness. But you're crying over this whore. Meanwhile, there's a righteous woman where you don't need to set up CCTV cameras to see if there's next men coming in your house. Because she fears the Lord. You don't need to set up them cameras, man. She knows the Lord's watching, so you don't need to set up no CCTV cameras. Meanwhile, this whore that you're trying to cuff for so long, you trying to cuff her, trying to be with her every day. That's the only way you get her to not cheat on you, is by being with her every single second of the day. Listen, man. As soon as she gets some space, what do you think she's going to do? To whore on you, man. Any more on that?
So, verse 26. A woman that honoreth her husband shall be judged wise of all.
Listen, man, a woman that honors her husband shall be judged wise, meaning what? A woman that don't open her legs to other men. A woman that understands this marriage is for life. A woman that understands this is my man. A woman that understands all of those things, man.
Right.
She's going to judge wise. That's a wise woman, man. A woman that's got her OnlyFans ain't a wise woman. That's right. A woman that's an Instagram model ain't a wise woman. Read on.
But she that dishonoreth him in her pride shall be counted ungodly of all.
And I tell you, you want these women that are prideful and dishonors you and puts your whole life story on the internet, shames you on the internet, talks about how broke you was on the internet, talks about, oh, listen, you puts on the internet. I see you posing about all these cars, but you broke. These women that post on the internet, oh, yeah, your car's finance, your chain's fake, this is that. Them women that shame you up, man. Talking about, oh, this is fake and this is that. And all that jewelry you're wearing is not even yours. It's your friends. You borrowed it. There's a woman out there that will shame you up, man, in front of the whole world.
That's 27. It's going to 27.
All right. Go ahead.
There's some women that are shame you. You'll be with your friends and your family, and then come and make it seem like it's shame you,
embarrass you in front of your mum, man. Imagine that. Imagine your woman. Listen, imagine your woman's arguing with your mum in front of you, man. Imagine that, man. That's embarrassing. Imagine your woman comes to one of your family barbecues and your woman embarrasses you. Imagine your woman comes to one of your family barbecues and she's dancing with your uncle and them. Listen, you think the rest of your family looking at your woman like she's a hoe. The rest of your family is looking at her that way, man. That's how she's looking at her, man. Give me 1 Corinthians chapter 6 and verse 15.
Corinthians 6:15. 1 Corinthians chapter 6 verse 15. Know ye not that your body, know ye not that your body are the members of Christ?
Know ye not that your body is the members of Christ, man? Go ahead.
Shall I then take the members of Christ and make them the members of an harlot?
Hold
God
on,
forbid.
Meaning
shall I then take the? Shall I then take?
Meaning you can't be in the body of Christ and what? Have sex with whores, man. Have sex with prostitutes, man. Because you know why? You attach them to this body, man, and this body is supposed to be holy and separate. Now,
that's right.
Every woman that you marry, you attach them to this body, man. How can you attach some woman to this body that swings from a pole, man? How can you attach a woman to this body that's selling herself on the internet? How can you attach a woman to this body that's got her OnlyFans page and they're behind all out on the internet? Read on.
Canada and Khan. Okay. Know ye not that your body are the members of Christ? Shall I then take the members of Christ and make them the members of an harlot? God forbid. What know ye? Salakia.
Go ahead.
Yeah. What? Know ye not that he which is joined to an harlot is one body?
Hold on. He that is what?
No, Salakia. Know ye not that he which is joined to an harlot is one body?
And listen, man. A harlot's a disgusting thing, man. You
Right.
being joined is one body. Why are you gonna be holy and separate and join yourself to a harlot, man? Why are
Right.
you gonna be holy and separate and join yourself to a harlot, man? This woman's done had millions of men, and you're meant to be holy and separate, and you're gonna join yourself to that. You're gonna join that to this body, man. Read
God.
on. And another thing, man. Why are you there buying women off the internet? Guess what? If you was in here and you come in here and you're buying women off the internet, why are you in here? Guess what's gonna happen? One day that woman's gonna blackmail you, man. She's gonna say, "Okay, you
Right.
don't want to send me money." She's just listen. She's gonna say, "Okay, you don't want to send me no money." Well, I'm gonna go to 394 Lodge Road and tell them that what you paid me for sex. Remember, she's shameless. She don't care that she's selling her body. Whereas
Right.
you're trying to do the two. You're trying to do this and buy prostitutes. Listen, man. She's gonna shame you one day. One day it's gonna come out, man, that you've been paying for sex all along. Meanwhile, when you're saying to us, "Oh, you ain't got the camp funds," the camp funds is going on that harlot. You've been
Right.
spending your camp funds on that prostitute. It's going to come out. Someone say, "Oh, is that why you didn't have the camp funds on such and such?" Because what you're spending your camp funds on these prostitutes. Listen, man. Women will expose you, man. The thing is this: they will tell you they won't expose you, but they will. The day is going
Yeah.
to come. What when they get a little disgruntled? They get a little disgruntled, and guess what? They're going to show everybody the messages. They're going to blackmail you, and then you're going to feel like you're between a rock and a hard place. And then you're not going to know what to do. You're going to go hide yourself away. When you could have prevented all of this by not buying whores off the Instagram, man. By not
Right.
buying whores off the internet. She's going to see you one day at camp, and then you're going to be on the microphone saying, "Because a man shouldn't have no whores," and then. She's going to be thinking, "Hold on, but you paid me for sex 2 days ago." She's going to be thinking, "You the same man that paid me for sex 2 days ago." This is
Right.
why doing this work, you can't be a hypocrite. Because why? When you're at camp, you're going to see everybody, man, and they're going to
That's
see
right.
you, and they're going to be like, "Okay, this man doesn't practice what he preaches," and then they're going to blackmail you. And guess what? She's going to have your cash app of you sending her £20, man. She's going to have
Right.
the cash app of you sending her £20 for sex, and then we're going to look at you like you're disgusting, man. So the moral of it is, don't buy whores, don't buy prostitutes and whatnot. Is there any more in that, or is that about it?
Right. Canada and Khan.
Go
For
ahead.
two, says he, shall be one flesh.
Go ahead.
That's it. That's the other one.
I believe. Read the next verse.
Reading it, Khan. But he that is joined unto the Lord is one spirit.
Read on.
Canada and Khan. Flee fornication. Every sin that a man doeth is without the body. But
Everything that man doeth is without the body, man. Go ahead.
God. But he that committeth fornication sinneth against his own body.
Listen, man. You that take part in unlawful sex, you sin against your own body, man. And you
Right.
dealing with whores, doing what? You're harming yourself, man. You're gonna be the one that ends up with the STDs, man. You're gonna be the one that ends up with the AIDS. You're sinning against your own body, man. Why? I mean, you wouldn't drink bleach. Why? Because it's harmful. Sleeping
Right.
with whores is harmful, man.
That's
Sleeping
right.
with prostitutes is harmful, man. Every other sin is outside the body, but this one is you sin against your own body, man. You're gonna be the one that's sitting in the clinic, man. You're gonna be the one that's sitting in the clinic embarrassed. You're gonna be the one that's itching at night, man. You're gonna be
Right.
the one coming out with all these bright red spots all over your body, man. And I'm gonna say, "What happened to you?" I'm gonna say, "What happened to you?" And you're gonna be itching like crazy. I'm gonna say, "Don't worry, you don't need to tell me. I know what happened already." For time's sake, drop that. Give me Ecclesiasticus chapter 9, verse 2. Go ahead.
I was gonna finish at 19.
Go ahead.
Okay, Canada and Khan. What? Know ye not that your body is a temple of the Salakia? Know ye not what? Your body is a temple of the Holy Ghost, which is
Like
in
what?
you.
And now,
Yep.
before the temple used to be the building, like the temple was holy. Like you wouldn't bring a whore into God's temple. Why? Because you know it's wrong. You know
Right.
It's where the sacrifices and stuff is done. You wouldn't bring a whore into there. You wouldn't bring some nastiness into there. Now your
God.
body's the temple. What? Don't bring no nastiness into your body, man. Don't
Right.
bring no whore. Don't deal with no whores, no homosexual acts, no nothing, man. You're the temple now. Because what people
God.
used to do back, what? They would only be holy when they was going to the temple. So the Lord's saying now, your body's the temple. Be holy all the
Right.
time, man. Be separate all the time. Be clean all the time.
God.
That's what the Lord. Keep the laws all the time. Whereas back then, there was only righteous when they was going to the temple. So the Lord said, your body's the temple, so you be righteous at all times. Drop that. Give me Ecclesiasticus chapter 9 and verse 2. I'm gonna finish this next week as well. I ain't even got halfway through.
Ecclesiasticus chapter what? 9 verse 2.
9 and verse 2.
9 verse 2. Another one can. Ecclesiasticus chapter 9 verse 2. Give not thy soul unto a woman to set her foot upon thy substance.
Listen, man. Don't give your soul to a woman, man. For her to set her foot upon your substance, meaning what? Everything you've got, she takes it, man. Like you realize it with a lot of these old men marry women 50, 60 years younger than them. And then that woman marries them and takes all of their wealth, man. Takes all of their goods. The Lord's telling you don't do that, man. It's right here in the Bible. Don't give your substance. Don't set your sights on a woman for her to take all your substance. Don't let her take every. Imagine this wealth that you've inherited from your grandparents working hard and buying 2 houses, and they give it to you for you to just give it all to a whore because you think she's good looking. You to give it all to a whore because she's big behind and she's got big breasts. Your ancestors must be turning in their grave. Read on.
Can. Give not thy soul unto a woman to set her foot upon thy substance. Meet not with an harlot, lest thou fall into.
Say do what?
Meet not with an harlot.
The Lord said, don't buy no prostitutes, man. The Lord said, don't go Gillett Road and Redner Road, man. Gillett Road and Redner Road. Those places notorious for prostitutes in Birmingham, man. You can barely drive down that road without them flagging down your car. The Lord said, don't go buying prostitutes, man. And on Soho Road, man, you got the dirty Romanian prostitutes, man, trying to sell themselves. Who in their right mind wants a Romanian woman for free, let alone to pay for? Imagine they're not even worth it for free. Like, why would you want to pay some Romanian woman? I don't understand. Read on.
Can. Meet not with an harlot, lest thou fall into her snares.
Lest thou what?
Lest thou fall into her snares.
You get trapped by this harlot, man, this prostitute. You start to like her, to fancy her. Guess what happens? You start giving her all your money. You fall in love with the stripper. You move her into your house. You start to give her all of your money. You marry her. Who sings that song, I'm in love with a stripper? T-Pain. Listen, man. His name's T-Pain because he's in pain that he's in love with a stripper, man. He's in pain from the STDs, man. I'm in love with a stripper. Listen, man. Why would you put yourself in that situation? You knew she was a whore from the get-go. Why would you want to fall in love with a stripper? The way you don't fall in love with her is by staying away, man. Read on.
That's right. Another one can. Use not much the company of a woman that is a sinner.
Go ahead.
Use not much the company of a woman that is a sinner, lest thou be taken with her attempts.
And listen, man, you're going to be taken with these women attempts, man. Meaning what? What these women attempt, they're going to get what they want out of you, man.
You're
going to listen, and another thing, once you put a woman on a pedestal and believe she's better than you, it's a wrap from there, man. She's going to take you with them attempts, man. She's going to be like, okay, then, you want to be with me? I want this. I want this. I want this. And she's going to use you, man. Listen, honestly, if a woman tries to use you, you better have to just walking away, man. With your dignity, with your money, man. Guess what? You will get over it one day. Read on.
Another one can. Gaze not on a maid, that thou fall not by those things that are precious in her.
Listen, man. Don't gaze on these women like you're looking at a woman like she's so beautiful. She's so beautiful. I want to marry her. I want to give her all my money. I'm gonna buy her this
God.
chain. I'm gonna buy her this ring. And what a lot of men are doing is what? They're flying these Instagram models out on holiday, man. And these Instagram models is getting free holidays. Imagine you've had to work to save up this money for a holiday, and then you're just flying this woman out for free. All because what? You think she looks good. And she's a whore that gets free holidays every year. First of all, women get what? They get free food on dates. They get picked up for the date. They get free food. They get dropped at home. They get free holidays. They get free shopping trips. All on the back of you, man. All on your expense.
Right.
They get all nice things
Hmm.
on your expense. They're getting a free
Mm.
life on your expense. Listen, man, do you know that some women go to the club with no money because they know that the decent looking men are going to buy them drinks? Now, you
Right.
try going to the club with no money. You're going to be
Hmm.
thirsty, man. You're going to come home with a dry throat, man. Now, these
God.
women go to the club with no money and they just flick their eye. Listen, you even approach a woman and the first thing she'll say is, "Oh, so you're not going to buy me a drink?" Like she almost
Right.
feels like she feels entitled to a drink. Like she
God.
feels like she's entitled to a drink on your expense. She feels like you must buy her that drink. Read on.
Kanarankan, give not thy soul unto harlots.
Don't give your soul to some harlot, man. Read on. Tatapon, you still there? It's froze. Ecclesiasticus 9 and about. Let me see what it is. 9 and about.
96.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah. 96.
Give not thy soul unto harlots, that thou lose not thine inheritance.
Listen, so much men have lost their inheritance by giving their money to whores, man. Imagine this. Your inheritance is what? Something which you inherit from your fathers and so forth. Imagine your fathers worked hard so you can have a good life and you go give it all away to some whore, man.
That's right.
Give it all away to some harlot, man. That's disgusting, man. Listen, things that happen in real life is telling you in the Bible. How much men have lost their inheritance because they've given it away to a woman? Because they've given it away to a woman that they fancy, man. Because they've given it away to some woman that uses them. The Bible says, don't give away your inheritance. Now, these Instagram models, that's what you're giving them, man. You work hard for that money. You work hard for that money and you're giving it away to them. You're giving them what? £50 a piece and £100 here and there. You're paying for their hair and nails. Imagine you're paying for their hair and nails for them to go on a date with another man. You're paying for their
Right.
clothes for another man to take clothes off them. The clothes that you're paying for them, other men is taking them clothes off. Imagine you're giving her all this money, buying her this nice dress, thinking one day she's gonna be yours. She's another man. She ain't gonna be yours, man. She sees the
God.
sucker in you, and she knows that you give up money easily. She knows that you're a loser, and you're gonna give her all the money she requires. Read on.
Look not round about thee in the streets of the city, neither wander thou in the solitary places thereof.
That's what you do when you're looking for whores, man. You wander around that city, man. You be driving around looking for them. What you do is you don't even go to the club. You pull up outside the club and like, oh, yeah, let's see if I can get this woman and whatnot. You get these women, you start giving them the world, man, and they ain't interested in you. They only want money. I mean, she listens to Cardi B all day. I mean, who did you think you was gonna meet? She listens to
God.
Megan Thee Stallion all day. I mean, who did you think he was gonna meet? I mean, did you think you met her in the library reading history books? Did you think you met her in a cooking class? You met her in the club, man, where whores go and shake their behind, man. I mean, what did you think you was gonna meet, man? Clearly, you knew that she's a whore, and guess what? You've done fell in love. I know you love her, and I know you love her. But does she love you? No. Every day she shows you that she don't love you. Every minute she shows you that she don't love you because she only wants to know you for the money, man. And you've gave her
Right.
all. You go to work and you work 60 hours a week so you can give her all your money for her to go spend it riotously and recklessly, for her to go spend it on getting her hair done and all of that nonsense. Read on.
Verse 8, turn away thine eye from a beautiful woman.
So turn away thine eye from a beautiful woman, because some of these women are beautiful. Yeah, we know that. We know some of these women are beautiful. Now, you fall in love and give her your all and want her to have everything and give her your money, give her your hard-earned cash. Imagine you're going to work 60 hours a week to give it to some woman because she's beautiful. She's got no other credentials like these Instagram models. They look good, but what other credentials do they have? They can't cook,
Right.
clean, they can't follow instructions, they don't even smell good. What you need to realize is you can't smell them through the picture. You just think they look good because you see the picture. And let me tell you another thing as well. The picture's photoshopped, man. That picture is
Right.
photoshopped, man. You're thinking her
God.
waist is slim. The picture is photoshopped. Her breast is all silicone. She's got implants in her behind. It's all
Right.
fake, man. And you're thinking it's all real. And you're there at night. You're there at night, can't sleep because you got her on your mind, thinking you can't wait to see her and she don't want to see you. So you pay for her OnlyFans page. Man, if it's your wife, you listen. You're meant to be her OnlyFans, man, not
That's right.
OnlyFans. You're meant to be her OnlyFans, man. You're meant to see her in the bedroom naked. Not everyone. She ain't your woman if everyone can see her naked. Listen,
Right.
man. A rental car ain't your car because what? Everybody can rent it. Whereas your personal car is your personal car because you got the key and you've got the logbook. You see, all
That's
of
right.
these women, you think of yours, you ain't got the logbook for these women. You ain't got the key for these women. These women is for the streets, man. Like what Future says, man. These women is for the streets and that everyone's. Anyone that is that about it?
Woman, and look not upon another's beauty, for many have been deceived by the beauty of a woman.
Men has been deceived by the beauty of a woman, man. You've been deceived by that behind and them breast, man. You've been duped out of all your wages. You've been duped out of your man. Now you're settling for less. Now you got
Right.
this woman got you crazy. Now you got this woman making you want to feel suicidal, man. Listen, remember that song that what's his name? I'll be suicidal. It's over. Who sings that song?
Sean Kingston. It's like the other one. Sean Kingston.
Sean Kingston. It's like beautiful. What do you say? It's never gonna work. Yeah, you have me.
Suicidal, suicidal when you say it's over.
And it
God.
made it to number one as well. It made it to number one
Right.
because it's true. You get suicidal when a beautiful woman don't want to be with them, man. This is why you need to retain your manhood. You need to retain some of your manhood, man. The Lord saying, listen, many men have been deceived by beautiful women. Now, can you have a woman that's beautiful? Yeah, but make sure she's got some substance to her, man. Make sure she can cook, make sure she don't just look good. Make sure she don't just look good and Photoshop every picture. Read on.
For herewith love is kindled as a fire.
Read that part again. Hold on, what verse here?
Verse 8.
Yeah, go ahead.
For herewith love is kindled as a fire.
Listen, man. You're going to fall in love with that woman, man. Your love is going to be kindled like a fire, man. Your love is going to be kindled like a fire, and you ain't going to be able to escape that situation. Whereas if you stayed away from whores and harlots in the first place, you wouldn't fall in love because you'd have seen her and just kept it moving. But you've looked upon her beauty now. You've probably got her number. Now you want to be with her and she don't want to be with you, man. And now you see it as, oh, I can't live without her. I need her in my life. I want her in my life. And then she hustles you. She takes your money. She takes everything away from you. You've given her your inheritance to where now you're like Sean Kingston, man, feeling suicidal. Because what? This beautiful woman that had no substance. Whereas if you kept it moving, guess what? You'd have just looked at her and said, oh, yeah, she's good looking. And you would have kept it moving. You wouldn't be in the situation that you're right now, giving up all your money, can't leave the house, depressed in the house. It's hot outside and you're sitting in the house with the blinds all the way down in the dark. Listen, this is what some men do. When some men are waiting for a message from one particular woman, he puts his phone down. When his phone vibrates, he picks it up, and it's not that woman, man. It's somebody else, and he gets angry. He puts his phone down again. His phone vibrates. It's not that woman, he gets angry. Like he's burning inside. He's just so hurt that that woman ain't messaging him. He's so hurt that that woman don't want to be with him. He's waiting for her to text. He wakes up out his sleep at 4 in the morning to check his phone. Guess what? There's going to be no message there, man. She don't want you, man. She just wants to use you. Don't put yourself in that situation where you got a woman running your head and driving you wild anymore. With that, we're going to pick it up next week. We're going to do part 2 next week. We're going to do the announcements. We up on the time. Oh, shit, it's 9 o'clock.
Class, you offset, don't borrow hands. We are I.S.U.P.K, started out of 1 West, 123 Street, Harlem, New York, under Commanding Gen.YAHANNA. Rules for a new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves off the world. If they need transportation, the each will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother and sister will call each other. After this 6 months, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry tithe, which is a commandment. Numbers 18:21, Malachi 3:10 means 10 ma'ashara, 10% of any increase you receive from the Lord. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory whatsoever amount you would like to give. Upcoming holy convocation to be announced. So please stand by. And also check all I.S.U.P.K social media, so Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, etc. If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, to start wearing all black boots, shirts, pants, headbands, and scarves, and with that, I admire you.
English, our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. Forgive us our debt, and we forgive our debt. Into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory.
So we're going to give the teacher one courtesy salute. Men of Israel, I Shabbat, I Madiam, Barak, Yahweh Shemi
Yahweh Shemi Shabbat
Yadu Matah, Captain Smith.
Yes, sir.